shiver in your boots? Does that make you want to punch me in my face? I paid $50 for a 2-bedroom for my family of 6 with the help of your tax dollars. Thank you very much. Love you guys. So because of that video I made of my family of 7 living in a 2-bedroom apartment and me only paying $50, somebody on here was so miserable to go report me that now they gave me an eviction notice for 30 days. So now I need a lawyer. Thanks to y'all taxpayers that are so mad that you're paying my $50 in rent for my 2-bedroom apartment for a family of 7. I don't know how y'all even found out where I live. It's a 10-story apartment building. Y'all found out where I live. Y'all contacted the housing people. I don't know what you said to them, but now me and my family's getting evicted and we're gonna be on the streets. So thanks a lot.
All right, now let me play this final video that just kind of brings it all together, but it's from on the other side of the fence.
Eye-opening moment. And you know who it's thanks to? It's thanks to the Democrats. Why are we more worried about the fact that 42 million people are about to lose their SNAP benefits, but we're not worried about the fact that 42 million people are on SNAP benefits? This is a sheer eye-opening moment. And you know who it's thanks to? It's thanks to the Democrats. Because again, we wouldn't even be looking at these numbers. We wouldn't be worried about a SNAP benefit closure if it wasn't for them shutting down the government. And my number one favorite comment that I love when I see it is people saying, well, if the Republicans own the House and the Republicans own the Senate, then they can just open the government whenever they feel like it. You just tell me you don't know about our government without telling me you don't know. But anyways, this is a very good eye-opening moment that should tell us we need to look into this further. If there are people who can work, if there are people who should be working, they need to get out there and they need to get a job. There are clearly people taking advantage of the system. And truthfully, it's disgusting to me because why are you okay? Why are you okay letting the government dictate whether you can eat or not, but you're not okay with letting them dictate whether you don't get to eat? And why are you okay letting the government dictate anything about your life in the first place? It's absolutely mind-boggling to me. Why do you not want to control your own life? Anyways, great eye-opening moment. Thank you to the Democrats. This should definitely be looked into. And well, we need to get at least half of these people off.
All right. So what are y'all thoughts on this? Ash, I see you shaking your head.
Yeah, she's annoying as fuck. I can't stand people like that. The girl, the two videos in the first one, look, you put your business out there and you did it in a rage baity way and expected no one to give up, and surprise, someone did. So stop telling people about your business and that won't happen to you with that girl. Unfortunate that she's about to be evicted. I do feel bad for that. I hope that she figures that out and she learns to shut up. This one, I struggle with the fact that we're so invested in the 42 million on welfare, because to argue with somebody about being hungry to me is crazy. Let's start with that. And then also she's talking about it's the Democrat sure. Didn't we just send over $20 billion to Venezuela to keep them alive and for them to have free healthcare and for them to have food? $20 billion. And so I just struggle when we like hone in on the tiny things about food. And people do have jobs and still require welfare. Why are we acting like they pay people what they should out here? Like the US is set up for a lot of us to fail. And so I just struggle that we care about our tax-paying dollars when it's literally spent murdering, I shouldn't probably say that, not schmurdering in the world and schmeshine and genocide and all that BS. But we're over here worried about a $200 or $186 for one person to get food. And it's not like they can spend it on a couch or a bike. They're literally buying food. Like people are in tears about the fact that how they're going to feed their families, just food. Like be so for real. We can argue about a lot of things, but I'm not going to give an F about food. That's my thing. Are some abusing it? Sure. They end up catching you eventually and you have to pay it back. So it's not like they're just skating by forever. You have to do it yearly. So taxers are going to run it. So it's like, I struggle. I'm a big person about like, I don't want anyone to go hungry. And if that requires you taking $186 or $200, or you have a family of 7 and you get $600, oh, well, we're doing way worse with a whole bunch of other money of our tax paying dollars than to care about SNAP benefits. That's my feelings towards it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like you said, the girl in the beginning. But I think that like people are talking about chicks like her, the ones they really care about. If it's some old lady, some old man who can't work no more and they get shit, give them all the food stamps they can take. That's cool. Or someone who has a job and they need extra money for food stamps. I don't think people are complaining about that. I think people are more complaining about the people who literally just take advantage of that shit. And that's a reason not to get a job because, hey, you know what? You're getting government assistance for housing. And what else do you need? Food. Shit. I mean, you can sit there and live off. I mean, you don't need anything else. You don't need to contribute to the world. You don't need to. You can have more kids and get more food stamps because you already got a house that you're paying, what, $20 a month for, and now you're getting all these food stamps. Why the fuck would you get a job? Or why would you, like, but then that's also going to raise kids to be the same way. So, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, you got all these other people who are struggling, like really struggling, and, busting their ass out there. But you got someone who's really not doing shit, and they have free housing and all this, free food. So, I mean, I can see how that could be frustrating too. I'm saying, like, they shouldn't cut anyone off right now. You should at least get a 6 months to a year. And then, if nothing has changed, then, you're going to be off. But I don't think you should do it in a month or so, but people just taking advantage.
Oh wow,
so,
y'all about to hate me.
Okay,
hey, well, shit, cut them off. I don't care. I'm just saying, but with me,
I strongly disagree with the both of you. No disrespect to Ashley, no disrespect to Marcus. No, I strongly disagree. No, why are people so entitled to receive these benefits? And a lot of these people have been on SNAP benefits for years. It's not just 1 year. The Trump administration has only been in office for less than a year now. They have been on it. They've been on it when Biden was in office. They went on it before Biden was in office. Section 8 is even allowed to be passed down from generation to generation. No, when does it stop? And that's where this entitlement comes from. It's not about people are going to go hungry. Why are you in a house full of 7 people? Out of the 7 people, nobody can get their ass and work? Absolutely not. Get your ass off of SNAP, because all we're doing is enabling this behavior, because it's only going to go down from generation to generation.
Oh, we're on the same page then. Yeah. No, they should not.
And all the fraud and the people going hungry and people are about to steal from grocery stores because they can't get their food stamps no more. That's just gonna make it worse. And as far as the U.S. sending money to other countries, that's a whole nother conversation about how helping these other countries to Argentina, Venezuela, all of those countries getting out of their strive. It's like a global economy. It's an agreement between everybody in the global, not just people who don't want to work. So yes, get off the SNAPs. And if you cannot afford to feed your family, don't have a family. If you know damn well that you can't afford to feed your child, why have another child? And not after one child, you have 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 child. No, that's ridiculous.
That's a basketball roster right there.
I don't think I do hear what you're saying. I can understand off that. I think as well, not everybody on SNAP has 8 kids. I think there are also people that work. Nowhere in this country can you buy an apartment off of minimum wage. And so, like, if we're setting it up like that, the country is also setting us up to fail. You have to excel, but then you're going to be in school debt while you excel. So, like, yes, we want them to do more. And so I totally understand that. And I get about the Section 8 and the generations, totally understand about that. There should be some parameters about that. So I'll say that. But the amount of money that we're spending on food isn't going to magically fix the rest of that we have going on. I think that's the part where it's like, okay, yeah, you bought a soda and some Red Bull. Like, if it's just one person, it's less than $200 a month. Like, that's chump change for America. when it comes to that. So
but it's not when you multiply it by 1,000. So it's not chump change when it's $200. It's
Right.
beyond that. It's a lot of people. And I don't think that we have an earning problem. I think we have a spending problem. A lot of people, they live paycheck to paycheck because they're not willing to adjust to their lifestyle. A lot of people overspend. They do. A lot of people overspend and they don't want to adjust.
Here's a point of reference though. Ash, what happened when everybody was getting those checks during the pandemic? What were they doing with that money?
Which ones?
Motherfuckers quitting their job.
The case that Biden would send out those damn, what do you call the shits? The pandemic checks.
It was,
Stimulus. There you go, stimulus check. There you go, stimulus checks.
Are you asking what they spent it on? What are you asking?
Yeah. What were they doing? What did we see going on online when they got their stimulus check?
I mean, the same thing that we always see, the same BS about, them buying stupid stuff. Right. You could buy stupid stuff. What I'm saying though, we're putting it on the person, and I totally understand because everybody is their own person. They do need to have their own mind, but this country is also set up for us to spend. That's why we have commercials. That's why we have ads. We have Keeping Up with the Joneses. Everything is about spending. And then the food, one meal right now is $30. Like a salad, $30. A burger and fries, $30.
So why you paying for? Why you ain't cooking then?
That part is fine too, but that's what I'm saying. Even the food, I bought 5 things, $120 for 5 things of food.
Where you shopping
where you shopping at, and where you getting your food from for it to be $100 for 5 items?
I did get it from Costco, but still, all prices are high. All prices are high. If I didn't, it would have cost me $60 still for 5 things, even if I didn't get it from Costco.
This ain't a government thing. This is a person thing.
I see what you're saying about, yes, it's the person because it's the person's body and who they're doing it, but we're not looking at the country also as being like, well, what the do we have going on here that is requiring us to be like that? This country is built on us spending money. It is. And so then we would have to teach them not to do that. And that's not what this country has done. They are ensuring that we continue to spend money constantly, or we have to teach ourselves not to. And then we're upset.
Work hard. Spend money on whatever you want to.
No,
right now we're just.
It's also built on you building business. You're supposed to be building businesses too. That's what it's built on. So therefore, many people aren't building; they're spending. And so I wouldn't blame it on. I wouldn't make that a government thing. That's a person thing. Just like we all know better. We all
the economy is bad. The economy you have to put into it in order for you to put out. So if there's less people putting into it and working towards it, of course everything's going to get higher. So that's what they're trying to do now. There's people out here that can contribute to the economy and contribute and putting in the work and put in and contribute to our economy. So everything, the cost of living can go down. But the cost of living is so high because a lot of people are not contributing to the economy. There's less people doing that than people working for it.
Hey,
so
but just like
that's exactly what they're trying to do now. They're trying to regulate everything.
So we're
just like what Courtney was talking about when they were passing those stimulus checks. Do you remember when they were when unemployment went up during COVID? Motherfuckers were quitting their job just so they can get paid unemployment because it went up so as high as they were getting paid at work. So people are quitting and just to get unemployment. So it's the same shit. Like it's pretty much the same thing. Like you're not going to do what you're supposed to do to get this free money because you would never go to work. Why would you? If someone give you the same lifestyle that you have, if you have to work or not work, which one are you going to choose? Most people going to choose. Exactly. I'm not going to work.
Of course, you're enabling the behavior. This is free money. People sell food stamps.
I think that's the biggest thing.
People literally sell food stamps to other people to get the cash.
How much are we thinking that people are getting on food stamps?
The what?
Oh, you can get a good amount.
But you have to have multiple people to get a good amount.
Yeah, you can't. But they're getting more people so they can get more. Like they're having more kids so they get more money.
Yeah. So okay, and you think that all 42 million are birthing more kids?
No. The ones that people care about are the ones who are abusing it. Like I said in the beginning, if it's some old lady or some senior citizen, no one gives a fuck that she's getting free housing. No one cares that she's getting food stamps. I can give 2 fucks. I say give her more. But if you're talking about some girl who's 23, 30 years old, having 5, 6 kids, and having free housing and food stamps, and doesn't plan on ever going back to work, ever, and her kids are learning the same shit, that's not going to make the economy like better. That's not going to work to make the world better. Like those people need to get off their ass and go to work. They need to learn, hey, you know what? If I can only support one kid, I'm only going to have one kid. That's it. I'm not going to have fucking 15 of them.
Right. Are you thinking that that's majority?
I would say, I'll be honest with you.
It is the majority. It is.
I would say probably, yeah.
It is the majority. The majority of people on SNAP benefits are not supposed to be on SNAP benefits.
Is this a personal view, or have you seen a statistic over this?
No, there's statistics for it. Everybody that has multiple kids, no, that's
no. I'm really. So you've seen a statistic that most people who are on SNAP benefits have multiple children. Like,
yes,
we're talking
most people that are on SNAP have multiple children. A lot of the SNAP benefits are meant for the disabled, are meant for the elderly, are meant for people who are already retired, who are already on a fixed income.
So 73%. 73%.
I'm not going to believe that 42 million. Yeah, 42 million, but okay. Most of them are not supposed to be on there.
Yeah, so it's 42 million. Out of that 42 million, 73% have children.
But it doesn't say like how many.
73% of 42 million.
No, I'm sorry, of how many children? It just says that 73% have children.
Yeah, welfare families have 2 or less. 2 or less.
So 2 or less is the majority of it. 73%.
73%. Yep.
Okay. So that kind of takes out the multiple because it's less than the majority.
I mean, or it didn't say and, it said or. So I mean, it can be multiple. So you.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said 2 or less.
Yeah, 2 or less.
Right. So it's less than 2. It's like 1 or 2 kids, not above it. So 73% is majority are less than 2 kids. Got it. So I'm just saying we're sitting over here. I hear what y'all are saying and I understand it. I just find it interesting. That's all. So it's less than the majority are the people that you're talking about.
I think the bigger question to ask, how many of them have jobs? I think it's a bigger question to ask.
There are a lot of people that do have jobs. I mean,
but I want to know like the percentage of the people who actually have jobs or actually working that are getting SNAP benefits. I'm gonna say it to be more people that aren't working that are getting SNAP benefits than there are versus people who are working.
Yeah, I would love to see if we have a statistic of that.
I mean, and even if they do have jobs, how long are they going to be on SNAP benefits? Because some of these people have been on SNAP benefits for years. When is your end date? Because SNAP benefits are supposed to help you while you're going to transitioning. Maybe you got laid off. Maybe something happened. You're transitioning, but they're not transitioning to get out of it. So when is the end point? I think that whole system needs to be restructured to, okay, you've been on SNAP benefits for 2, 3, 4 years. You said you had this job. All right, when are you going to get off of it?
So it's also like I mentioned too earlier, no one on minimum wage can afford an apartment in the US. So if you can't even afford a home, like a place, we're not even talking about buying a house. You don't think that you're going to need food included, like even to have a place to live? Are we supposed to live out of our cars? Like, I'm get
a roommate. Downside, you don't need an apartment.
Get a roommate. Absolutely, most people do get a roommate.
Room. They're still going to need it.
Some places still are $7.25 for minimum wage.
But I think another thing we're taking away from people aren't stupid and people aren't like. I'm not saying disabled. Disabled, 100%. Let them do it. But most of the people that you're like fighting for are capable of making a good amount of money. They're capable of it.
Also, stay home.
I'm not saying
economics. Stay home. Don't move out. Stay if it's a group economics. Live with your family for longer if you can't afford it until you can afford something else. There's other options. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think we have a housing problem. It's just a spending problem because people don't want to do what it has to be done. Stay home. Live with your parents. Live with your grandparents. I'm Hispanic. Latinos live with 3 generations under one roof. And that's not unusual. Is it comfortable? Okay, do you want to be comfortable or not? So you can't afford it. There's options out there. People just don't want to do it because they want to do what they want to do and they want to spend. And as soon as they get a well-behaved job, a well-paying job and mediocre job that can get that all they want to do is spending it on something else. They get a new car, they get a new house, they upgrade. And now it's like, oh yeah, I got this new job and they're paying me good. I'm on salary now. And what do? Upgrade your lifestyle. Why the hell would you do that?
That part I completely understand. But if we're going on SNAP, like they require you to turn your taxes in, even if you don't turn them in. Like they every year when you renew, they run your name through the system to see how much money you made for the year before. So it's not like they can keep going on a lie.
And people lie, and people lie, and they work under the table and rather get paid in cash and fraud, so they can continue going on this SNAP benefit. So they don't have to report anything.
That part is fine if you're getting paid under the table, but if you're getting paid under the table, you're most likely not making what, $120K that it takes to survive in California. You're not making that.
There's a lot of people snitching on themselves out here with fraud. That's why I like the internet. I love the internet. People are snitching on themselves with the SNAP benefits. But yes, there's ways around it.
I do understand that, and I get that. There are plenty of other places where we can grab that money, and yet we're literally worried about food. Like there are plenty of other ways in all of our tax money, but yet we're honing in on people's food. We're not going to, and I understand what you're talking about globally and all that stuff, but we're not even working in-house to get us together, but we're ensuring that the other countries around us are good. I find that interesting, how we're going to hone in on, we're going to point fingers at us for our tax dollars. Yes. Yeah, we aren't going to ask, okay, well, can we fix in-house before we then send $20 billion to another country?
Isn't this the same administration that shut down the government because they want to provide health care for a bunch of illegal immigrants? Wasn't this the same?
Really interesting.
And then isn't this the same administration that before Trump got elected was giving out these SNAP benefits to illegal migrants that were coming in here? Thousands and thousands of dollars being given to somebody who had just moved in here illegally.
So do we think
if we're going to keep that mentality, let's keep it all on 100.
Sure. So if
that mentality when that whole thing went on.
So we're telling me if we fix the SNAP benefits, let's say we dropped it down to 15 million people are on it. Is our country going to be better? The gas prices are going to be cheaper. The food's going to be cheaper. People can afford housing now. No one's going to be homeless anymore. All that's going to be fixed.
That's going to make a significant change in a lot of different things.
And what do you think will change?
In the economy overall. More people will get more jobs, which then, all the people that they say that they're getting out of the country, all of the illegals, correct? A lot of those people who are going to have to work, they're going to get more jobs, right? Create more opportunities. So you won't have to build more housings.
But I thought illegals weren't. You're saying that the illegals are taking the jobs that we can get?
They were. They were doing a lot of jobs that a lot of people in America don't want to do.
Right. Like agriculture and things like that. Or you're talking about like real salary trade jobs, all those different things. Not many people are in trade jobs anymore. And you think that's because of the illegals?
No, that's both. It's both.
Okay.
It's 100% both. But overall, at the end of the day, we're paying the tax dollars. It's coming out of your paycheck and mine and everybody else's. So the ultimate goal, the ultimate thing is, you have people that are on welfare. Let's be honest about this. How many people do we know that are selling their SNAP benefits? Who are finessing off of SNAP benefits? How many people do we know doing that? Whether it's recorded or not, we've all seen it. I ain't gonna play the disingenuous game. I've seen it all the time, right. And I know you have too, right?
With 200, you get 400. You usually double it.
Okay, right. So
there's people not even willing to work a 40-hour week because they have to maintain. Oh no, I'm going to lose my SNAP benefits if I work more than 20 hours a week. So I'm gonna just go for part-time work. How is that even fair?
And you think that's majority?
That is the majority. I don't think that is the majority.
Okay.
Because even when
you from personal view or statistics?
No, that's the majority. I am telling, not personally. I'm speaking to the majority. That is the majority. Because you're not going to tell me that there's 42 million people. Even Trump said it himself. Trump literally pulled out live freaking studio time, whatever, a meeting that when he was saying that people were collecting social security numbers that were from dead people and they were still collecting it. You think that's not the majority? Of course, there's people finessing the system all the time. It's disingenuous. It's disingenuous to think that, oh, no, that's just a small percentage. It's not. It's the majority.
Interesting. Okay. But that's still personal view from just like, you know, you saw that he had said it about that and like it's not statistics is what I'm getting.
Well,
I respect your point of view on it.
That's a fact. I mean, if you see it, that's a fact, right? Is it not?
Well, technically, he just said that, and I'm not saying that that's not happening, but it wasn't like this is how much money's been taken, and this is by the statistics are showing this percentage. We're just going by this is what he said, not saying that that's not happening, but we're now putting our own personal view and then believing him without statistics, just by what he's saying. Not saying that he's wrong. I'm just saying there's no data. We're just going off words. That's more what I'm asking.
Gotcha.
If the data states is 42 million, you really believe 42 million people are out here struggling, struggling to get food? 42 million people are starving? All of it?
I'm not saying that there's not fraud happening. Absolutely not. I do definitely believe in fraud. Do I believe it's majority? No. I don't believe it's majority. Do I believe that it's happening? Absolutely, it's happening. I know people that have sold their SNAP benefits. Absolutely. But do I also think that it's a benefit to a lot of people that actually need it? Yes. And I don't think that it's less of the majority. I think that it is majority needs it. And then is fraud and waste also happening. That's how I see it.
You think majority needs it? So you got facts to prove, to prove that, or is it just how you feel?
No, we're all going off of feelings here. So
no,
I just asked you for data, and like all I'm getting, you said 70%, but you're not. There's nothing else attached to that. It's not saying how many people are doing fraud. It's 73% of majority have 2 or less kids, which we were talking about. Most of them have multiple kids.
Correct.
So like, and then we spoke about how Trump mentioned about the Social Security, right? Those are words, not data. That is, yes, it's happening. It's the majority. I'm not sure. So we're all going off of what we hear, and what we feel is happening.
No, you said wrong, because just based off of the 73% in itself, we know. Listen, you don't have a lot of times. You don't have to have the data in order to back that up, right? Just like I gave you the example about the people that are doing a lot of fraud, right? You know that as a fact because you've seen it, and we all have seen it before, right?
It's an opinion and a feeling.
No, that's not, because I even brought you in. Didn't I say, hey, you actually seen that happen before too, right? I'm pretty sure
something I've experienced off of one that I can't say majority. If 42 million, I
never said majority. I never said majority.
So then what are you trying to say?
I never said majority. I said there is a lot of fraud going on too.
Absolutely, and I said the same thing.
And it's not just that, but there are a lot of body capable. There are people that are capable of working. They choose not to. They finesse the system as well. So even that's within that 73% of people too who have those children. So we all know people who finesse the system in different kind of ways. So that entire 73% does not equate with somebody who's actually hungry, because they can actually get food when they need it. They don't need the welfare. They just finesse the system. Right. That's what they do, because these same individuals, and that's including white, Hispanic, and black.
It's not about race. Absolutely. Welfare was made for white people.
No, I just want to make sure that some people are like, well, it ain't the black. I'm talking about everybody. And there's a lot of
white.
Yeah, so they the race all of them finesse the system. So within that 73%, I'm not saying that it's the majority aspect of it, but they are inclusive within that 73%. So even if you were to take those individuals that are that's doing the fraudulent stuff out of there, that can improve the economy in itself.
Okay.
Then our tax dollars can be allocated to go somewhere else that's more beneficial for America.
Okay.
I'll give you an example.
I understand.
I ain't even talking about that. No, let's go into the aspect of Macaroni Tony. He has a phenomenal job. But guess what? He makes solid money too. Guess what he also does? He makes more money on the side. He's a capable person of doing this. How come these SNAP benefits? I actually mentioned this in my own live stream Saturday. There are a lot of people, there's a lot of opportunity out here for people to make money. There is no reason that 42 million should be on SNAP benefits.
I can agree with that. Absolutely.
So it's not even the argument of food. You can get food. You can get food. Anybody can get food. They can find food anywhere. Just like you said, you can cook. There's ways around everything. I don't want to. You can make an entire meal with chicken breast and rice, and that shit can last you an entire fucking week. So there's ways around it.
Right. Are we including homeless or no? Just able bodies.
Able bodies that are able bodies who are able to work, the ones that are able to work, the ones who got the roof over their head, not the ones living on the street, not those individuals.
Okay.
Though that's what people want to refer to. I ain't talking about the addicts and shit like that, because you know what I'm saying, that's an entirely different conversation.
Okay. And are you including them in this percentage or no?
Oh, they're in there too.
Okay.
Oh, they probably make up not even 1%.
I find that interesting how we just process things differently on that.
You sure? Have you been on SNAP benefits before?
I have.
Okay, so why is it that you don't understand? Because I have too. So why isn't it used as a means of being to be temporary versus using it on a year-to-year basis for the rest of your life and passing it down?
No, I do understand what you're saying. And when all of you have spoken about, the people that you're discussing, I completely agree with the people that you're discussing. I do not agree with the amount that you are discussing. But do I think that there's fraud and waste? Absolutely. Do I think that some people are scamming the system? Absolutely.
Right.
Yes, I'm not disagreeing with that part. I'm disagreeing with how many you think that it is.
So you think there are more people who need food that are on welfare than don't? That's what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Can you prove that?
No, both of us. We're all living off of feelings and opinions.
It ain't no feeling.
It's not feelings and opinions when the majority, even when there are SNAP benefits, everybody was hooping and hollering about having regulations for people who are already on SNAP. They were mad about the fact that they can no longer just buy whatever the hell it is they want. Use the EBT cards. They're like, okay, you got to buy nutritious food. But they are sitting on the internet talking about how they can't buy their seafood. They can't buy their Coca-Cola. They're already on SNAP benefits, and they try to regulate, okay, if you're going to be on SNAP benefits, buy nutritious food, not junk food. And they were mad about that. The proof you actually, I get what you're saying. You want statistic and data, but the statistics and data is all around us. Did you not see all the videos of people? That's not the majority.
We're all living off of feelings and opinions. You felt a feeling and you felt an opinion. You saw 50, 100 videos about it, and you say that now that's the majority. I know you didn't watch 42 million videos about it to find out if it's real.
I've seen plenty of people complain about the fact that trying to regulate what you're able to buy on it.
Nah, sweetheart,
if you were starving, it wouldn't matter what kind of food you get. If you were starving, and most people did.
And they're still using
it right now.
They're mad. People don't like change. They 1 second they had something, and the next second it was taken away. Of course, people are going to start complaining about shit. That's normal. So it's just okay, yeah, we saw it and that's annoying or whatever that we saw. No, you shouldn't be able to buy seafood. Do I think you should buy sodas? Yeah, who gives a fuck? But whatever. If people want to regulate what they actually spend on it, because it really is just food. There's a lot of stipulations before they even came out with you can only buy certain things. There were other stipulations too. So it's just how I see stuff and how you see stuff. And I'm okay, well, I saw something different and y'all saw something different. But yeah, you're saying that what I'm feeling is different. It's both of us saw something and now we're reacting off what we saw.
No, but you're missing it. But you're missing the point. You're saying we're going off feeling. In this aspect, in the 73%, you and everybody else agree to what I said, right? That's not a fact. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. We see this. Correct. But hold up. But what you said, you, in your own opinion, you said that you believe most people that are on the welfare in that 73% is because of a food situation. I said that it's not fraud. The difference between what I said and what you said, I didn't say majority of it. I said it's included in the 70. You said majority of that 73%.
That was we were speaking on this panel. It might not have came directly from you, but
But see, that's where I was coming from. I didn't say majority. I just said that's it. I said we've seen that. But you said majority, so that was off of that's not.
That was a Carmen and I conversation for the majority.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying though, you got to.
No, I said it. I did.
Oh,
I
Carmen said
said,
that.
I said,
That's what I said.
I said the majority.
Yeah.
I said the majority of the people who are on SNAP benefits should not be on SNAP benefits because they're not required. The majority. Yes, I do. Because if it's not the majority, and Ashley was, well, what's the statistic? The statistics are around us. If it's not the majority, we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in right now. The cost of living should have been this high if the majority of the people actually on SNAP benefits need it to survive. The reality is that they don't, because they've been on it for years.
I'm not missing the purpose. Just because I disagree doesn't mean anything. I'm okay. Just because we disagree doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely.
We all can have different opinions. Is my opinion going to change just because you guys are telling me
No,
that you're supposed to see the videos? No, it doesn't have to. And that's okay. And I respect your opinion on it as well.
I respect. Yeah, absolutely. This is why we have these things. Like, there's
Right.
differences of our opinion. If we all agree, we wouldn't have a debate. That would be a boring ass show if we did.
Exactly. And it's okay to agree to disagree.
Nope. No, it ain't.
Per your choice.
Okay,
I
well,
say a lot of times
I
on
believe
here.
it's okay to disagree.
Real conversations, real solutions. Ain't no agree to disagree. There ain't no solution.
Yeah, because that means you're trying to convince somebody to then agree with what you're thinking.
Yep, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
People that are on welfare, a lot of people that are on welfare need to get the fuck off, get a fucking job, go do some fucking work. How about that solution? And it should only be a temporary fix for your life, because I know life happens to everybody. Shit happens. We understand that. But if you are a capable person in this world to go out here and get a job, to go learn a fucking skill, to go to school, which puts you in debt any fucking way, that's beside the point. You go to school, but you learn new skills to get yourself out of that situation. This is not supposed to be something that you pass on down to your children and to your children's children. That's not what God meant.
I can agree with that. The Section 8 and the generational thing, I think, is crazy work. So
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. And I do think that there should be parameters around how long you're on food stamps as well. Absolutely.
Raw, you late to the. I'm pretty sure you end the conversation. You got anything on it?
Yeah, I mean, there should be term limits on everything that's quote unquote free. So, I mean, I kind of heard some of the conversation. I was busy fucking dipping my laptop and rubbing alcohol and shit. My damn yak spilled on that motherfucker.
You should have saw the face you froze with. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that was
Crazy.
I bet it was. I can't wait to play back and watch that. Cause
That face is crazy. Nah, don't worry about it. I got you. Don't even
Right.
my good old whoopty whoop.
Oh, you can't really see it. I was telling him he needs to cut that out and put it. You know how we have Mac pop up sometimes? when you
Yeah,
saw
I'm gonna
the
do that.
server? We need to turn your face into that.
it was definitely a good one.
It was.
I'm serious. Hey, shit. It is what it is, though. We back.
See,
But
we couldn't stop laughing on that one.
that's what the pod is for, baby. We outside now. But yeah, no, realistically, with the benefits and stuff, there are people that do take advantage of it. There are people that need it. I just do believe that if you able-bodied, you should be able to go out and, you know, make something for yourself. Like, everybody got goals and visions and all that, but then sometimes they just fall short because they want to get complacent and take the easy way out. If you on there for 3 to 5 years, you've been on there too long to me. And that's, I don't give a fuck how many kids you got. Because the problem is within 2 years, if the balance ain't looking right, motherfuckers have fucked around with another Pookie and had another kid to up balance. Like, for the ones that do that. Not everybody does that, but sadly, when it comes to social media, the most toxic amongst us get the loudest voices on social media platforms. So we do end up seeing the baby mamas with 7, 8 kids. They the ones that's crying the loudest. And we don't necessarily help. Y'all know me. I'm going to talk shit. So I'm not helping shit because I'm going to clip the shit up and it's going to turn into a meme or whatever. Now everybody laughing at Shorty and I ain't really helped nothing but possibly my pocket. Which, you know, most people well, not most, but a lot of those same loud voices that are on those benefits, they tend to have bad attitudes and whatnot. So they could just chase a lane in toxic comedy. Like shit, all them times you cussing people out at